Hello everyone, Crypto Smith here. Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a great Labor Day weekend. In this video, I am going to break down with you what I believe to be the greatest opportunity in crypto today, bar none. Now I'm talking about all of them. Better than Bitcoin, better than Ethereum, better than XRP, my beloved one. This is MMAI, and I'm going to explain to you quickly why I believe this is the best opportunity currently in crypto and what they have to offer, and a brief overview of what that investment may entail. And then I'm going to attach a video of Austin Gohill. He's the CEO of MMAI, and he is going to take this all the way through, beginning to end, A to Z, explain everything, how it works, what their plan is, what their goals and projections are, and kind of a valuation. But I'm going to give you a little bit of that up front so that you're not wasting your time watching this thing if you have absolutely no interest in that investment or opportunity. So let's get into MMAI's Purewallet. Now, this is not just another wallet. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's another wallet. Who cares? You know, there's 100 of them out there and they all do the same thing. Yes, you are correct. There are a bunch out there and they all pretty much do the same thing, except for you have hot wallets like your Exodus or your Trust Wallet, where you could just buy and sell and you can hold cryptos inside of there. And then you have your LEPALs and your ledgers, which are cold storage wallets, which you can also buy and sell using their online app or the desktop Ledger Live. And they're cold storage when they're not connected to your computer. So here's the difference in this one. MMAI's Purewallet is 3 wallets in one. It can do hot wallet, right? Which you can buy and sell, hold your Ethereum, your Bitcoin, whatever it is you've got. It's a cold storage wallet as well, which means it's on your phone. Your cold storage you would take with you. This is not something that you're going to have an extra piece of hardware that's at home, tucked in a box in a safe somewhere or wherever, and you can't really get to it when maybe you need it. Maybe there's an emergency. I know of 2 situations over the last 2 years. I have a ledger, and I wished my ledger was with me so that I could have made some trades when I wanted to, when some news came out, but I wasn't able to because it's at home in a box somewhere, and I'm at work or I'm out, out in public and not at home. Right? It makes it very inconvenient. So now MMAI's Purewallet is coming out with a cold storage option that you can purchase. It's at least half the price of the cheapest cold storage out there. And they're coming out with a paper next month that they're actually going to show you how it is safer and more secure than the Ledger cold storage device. Just for those of you who need to read papers and want to understand the technical aspect behind it and what actually makes it safer and more secure, that's coming right up. The other portion of this wallet is an offline payments wallet. So it's going to hold an offline token. You just transfer it from your hot wallet into the offline wallet, and then you can use that to make payments to other people who also have the same Purewallet. And that is going to be, you're going to be able to make those payments using either a QR code or Bluetooth, and then at some point in the future, it'll be NFC, which is near field communications. Basically, you touch phones, you put them close together, and the payment is transferred. So they're going to be using that to go after e-commerce and point of sales transactions, which obviously we know there are billions of those every year. It is a multi-billion-dollar business, and that's what they're going to be breaking into. So these are just some of the things that I want you to be prepared for when you watch this video with Augustine as he explains the entire business. Now, what makes this opportunity so great and different is that they are taking one piece of their technology, which is the Purewallet, and they are making it a standalone company, right? It's C Corporation in Delaware, and they're allowing the public through crowdsourcing to invest up to 20% into that company. They're valuing the company at $35 million. Augustine will explain the valuation in the video. So they're allowing up to a $7 million investment, and they're allowing the public to get in first. Obviously, if you're in the community, you already know about it. Maybe you're prepared and you're ready to go. But this is an opportunity for somebody. Maybe you don't want to buy the crypto. Maybe you don't want to buy the token or the coin or whatever it is, and you want to just buy a part of a real business that's doing something different. This company is coming out with new technology. These things are brand new in the crypto space. We have not seen them before. There is nobody else that has a cold storage device or software on mobile right now. That doesn't exist. It's just not out there. And there's nobody else that's doing offline payments. Now, with offline payments, the big bonus is there are no fees. Once it's transferred into that offline wallet and you go and you make 5 different payments to 5 different vendors, there are no fees. No fees for you, no fees for the person receiving that payment until they turn around and then take it out of that offline and they want to basically cash it out into their regular hot wallet. There'll be some minimal fees there. But this is going to save vendors and companies a ton of money on fees, right? You got anywhere from 1.5% to 4.5% transaction fees on Visa, MasterCard, whatever credit card companies are charging. It all depends on the company and where you're at and what you're purchasing. But imagine not having to pay those types of fees and everything going through instantaneously, right? They'll be able to do millions of transactions per second, which I know is insane. They're also going to be showing that in a paper as well. Before I start the video of this opportunity, that's going to go soup to nuts, basically A to Z, go over everything. And there's some questions there at the end that people are asking, and it clears up a lot more. I highly recommend that you watch this thing every minute of it because there's a lot of information there. But imagine getting in at the absolute bottom floor of a cryptocurrency or a payments company and being able to ride that up, right? Now, this is just a regular C corporation, right? They're not public. It's not a public company. You don't have to go and buy shares, through your broker. You can buy them straight from the company itself. They issue common stock, and you'll own that stock until you decide you want to sell it, hopefully, for some profits in the future. So if you want to check out what I believe to be the biggest opportunity in crypto today, obviously it's easy to say because there really isn't anything going on right now. There really are no other projects, no other crypto communities out there that are really doing anything. MMAI, I believe, is the only one that has potential to actually do great things in this market and beyond this market outside of crypto in the real world where clearly 95% of business happens. So I'm going to put the video on. Hopefully this is something that might interest you. If it is, make sure you do all of your due diligence and all of your research. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And you guys have a great Labor Day weekend.
So like Dr. Crypto said, the purpose of today's AMA presentation is to show you the Purewallet. We're really excited about our opportunity here. So while I share the screen, what we've done with the Purewallet is it's still an MMAI company. It's still going to be owned by MMAI, but it is being spun off into its own entity, Delaware C Corp. And the reason we're doing that is we're going to be doing funding so we can promote this wallet. So I want to show you what our game plan is, where we're at with the wallet, and how we plan to move forward. So Austin, let me pull up the screen here. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah, and we will save, if you have any questions, anything like that throughout this entire presentation, please put them in the chat below. I will star those. We'll bring them up. We'll have an open discussion about them at the end of this AMA with Augustine and Dr. Crypto. So just wanted everyone to be aware of that. Just some housekeeping rules there as well. So I'll pull this up. We'll drop down and we'll go from here.
Okay, great. Austin, just let me know, is my screen coming out clear? The share screen's okay?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, so Purewallet. Let me start by just giving a quick overview of the Purewallet. Here's basically what we want to do with the Purewallet as far as how we want to present it. Our number one thing that we're pushing with the Purewallet is security. I'll get more into the details of that. The number two thing that we're pushing with the Purewallet is the ease of use, the convenience of use. It's going to be a very user-friendly, great user experience. That's what we're trying to deliver. And then the third major selling point of the Purewallet is our innovation. I'll get into the innovation. Most of you already know that the Purewallet does have some new things that no other wallet has ever done. So we'll kind of cover that. But those are the three main features in our wallet. Here's a fast facts about the cryptocurrency wallet market. We have the Purewallet. The wallet in 2022 industry was valued at $8.42 billion. So that's what it was valued at in 2022. So we're looking at a market that's a really big market, and we're super excited about the growth of the market as well. Here's some of the key highlights of our program. Okay, we've made a lot of substantial progress into the wallet. I'll cover some of that today. Like Dr. Crypto said, next week um, we'll do another call, and I'll go into more details about that. But we're right on the verge of releasing this wallet. It's in the final stages. Most likely in the next couple of weeks, it should be in your hands to be used. As most of you know, this wallet was a brainchild of a university. We partnered with a university here in Korea, and this was based off of a white paper that they published 2 years ago. And then MMAI got involved with them over the last year, almost a year and a half now. We've been working on developing this wallet and bring it to market, and I think our hard work is finally coming through. Let me go to the next screen here. Here's one of the major things that we're trying to solve. There's a couple of big things that hey, you know what? I'm seeing a couple of signs here. Austin, is everything okay? Is there some kind of delay, or is everyone seeing and hearing me okay?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so a couple of the problems that we've noticed with the wallet industry as a whole is right now, if you want extra security, you got to purchase additional hardware. So the additional hardware does give you the security that people are looking for. We know sometimes with crypto, it's a rough market, and there could be hacks and so forth. So everyone wants security. But with that security, you're giving up convenience because you got to have the extra hardware, you got to have it plugged in. It's not always on your person. So that's one of the big problems we're trying to solve. The other problem we're trying to solve is in the area of payment processing and commerce. um, the online network, I'll get more into detail a little bit later in some of the slides, but the online network really isn't made for commerce. So the companies have tried commerce. They really haven't accelerated, and it really hasn't taken off there. But we feel like the Pure Wallet has the solution that's going to fix that. So I'll go into details on later slides. Okay, so talking about the e-commerce issue, we have two major issues that I'll highlight here. One is transaction delays. Okay, so when you do a wallet transaction, it happens on the blockchain network. And we know sometimes the network can be extremely fast, sometimes it could be slow, sometimes it could be painstakingly slow. If we ever get into a very busy time, if there's a bull run or something like that, then it could go for hours or even days, but it's very inconsistent. So that makes it very difficult for any kind of commerce solution. The second thing about the blockchain is there's an inconsistent cost, and sometimes the cost can be very expensive. So those are two major things. And with our Pure Wallet, one of our other major innovation in our Pure Wallet is our offline solution, our offline token. And we feel like that's going to be the perfect fix for handling the e-commerce and point of sales transaction. All right, so here's how Pure Wallet is delivering the solution to both of those problems. The first solution is this: we've created a way to have a cold storage system in your phone without having additional hardware. So what this means is that you don't have to carry additional hardware with you, and our wallet will work just like a lot of the hardware wallets work right now. You'll be able to, when you're not using it, you'll be able to disconnect it completely from the internet. So even though it's on your phone, it will be disconnected. In fact, if you look at this image here, you can see where it says online wallet, no internet connectivity. We have a toggle switch, and that'll actually turn the internet connectivity off. And when you're logged out, it'll also be turned off automatically for you. So that disconnects your wallet, and that works very much like the hardware wallets right now. Here's one of the big advantages we have with our system. It is a new and unique system, but we feel like it's super secure. It's at least as safe as a lot of the hardware systems, and we feel like it's even safer because of the couple of upgrades we made to it. One of the upgrades, unlike most hardware wallets, we use blockchain level encryption. Most hardware wallets use USB and Bluetooth encryption in order to hide the data. Obviously, when your hardware wallet is unplugged from your phone or your computer, it's not online. But as soon as it is plugged in, it is online and it's plugged into the network. If someone's hacked the network or someone's through your phone, they can try to get access to the hardware. So the encryption that they use for USB and for Bluetooth compared to the encryption that we're using, which is blockchain hashing encryption, it's a really high level of encryption and it protects the data very, very well. So that's one of the major solutions for it. The second thing that we have coming out is, you've heard me talk a little bit about our offline technology. We built out a new security system. It's going to be introduced. Like I said, our wallet should be out in the next couple of weeks, but within probably roughly about 60 days of our wallet being released, we're going to add one more security feature to the cold wallet. And everyone that's purchased a cold wallet even before that will get this updated security feature. But this additional security feature is going to use our offline technology, our offline token system, to help secure your wallet when it's online and when it's offline. And this is something very different, very unique. No other security system out there is using this. And the reason I know that is we were the first ones ever to invent this offline solution the way we're using it, and we're the first ones to implement it. So this is a game changer. It's going to make it very secure. The other thing is our solution is very affordable. It's a cost of $60. For those of you that are invested in our MMAI token, $5 of that $60 is going to go to the purchase of the MMAI token. We've decided to change how we're going to do that. The $5 token now will be held by the user in their activation wallet. And long as they have that $5 purchase made and they hold that $5 in that activation wallet, they'll have access to our cold storage, plus they'll have access to our offline token system. So they'll get both of that. If they ever want to deactivate it, then they can cash out the $5 in MMAI token, whatever the value is in the future. But that's how it'll work. It won't be held by MMAI. It'll be held by the individual users that are activating the wallet. The second solution that I want to talk about is our offline tokenization system. So obviously doing offline, it makes sense for areas where the internet connectivity is not very good. So in rural areas, it could work well. It could work well in countries that maybe not have good connectivity. So there's a lot of advantages to that. But the other place that we feel like our offline, even when you do have an online connection, the offline capability that we have, it allows us to send crypto. So we can do crypto, we can move crypto back and forth without using the network. So another way to think about our offline token is also to think of it as an off-chain token. So the way our offline system works is when you have money in your hot wallet and you want to move it into your offline wallet, you do need to have an internet connection to do that. So you can move that money into your offline wallet. Now, once it's moved there, okay, you can use that money anywhere without needing the blockchain. So if someone else has a Purewallet, you can exchange that money with them through a QR code, through Bluetooth, and eventually we'll also allow it through NFC. But this will actually allow you to exchange tokens, and you can exchange that as many times as you want, and there's no more additional gas cost are cost online. The only time you have to pay gas costs is when you're moving online crypto into an offline token. And then if you want to recash your offline token into the online wallet, then you pay gas at that time. But in between, when you have it as an offline token, you can spend it multiple times over. Let me just pause on this for a second. I want to explain a couple of things about this. The first thing I want to explain is the cost that's currently associated with it, because pretty soon you guys are going to get this in your hand and you'll be able to test out the offline token. So the way our offline token works is it's managed through a smart contract. And most transactions, when you send money from one wallet to another wallet, it's one simple transaction on the blockchain. So you pay the gas fee for that. When you're using something like a smart contract to manage a certain process, it typically means there's multiple steps that are being made and multiple things that might be getting registered on the blockchain. So most things that happen through a contract have a smart contract have a much higher cost. So you guys are going to notice when you get this wallet in your hand, it's roughly the offline token cost right now is more expensive. It could be 3 to 4 times more expensive than a normal exchange. But I don't want anyone to get worried about that or get scared about that, because we have a solution for that. As some of you know, we're coming out with our Pure Chain solution, which will be out by the end of the year. We'll be going into beta testing. So before the end of the year, close to the end of the year, or the first early part of next year, we will have that solution in place, and this will bring our offline token cost way down. We're going to be able to manage the cost of this. It's going to be very inexpensive, much less inexpensive than Ethereum. Right now, it runs on Ethereum. That's why it's such an expensive cost. But we have that solution in place. You guys will be able to see that it works. And by the time we release our payment solution, this solution will already be there, and the cost will be way effective. It'll be way more effective than any other cost out there, like MasterCard or Visa, or even current crypto solutions that are out there. So we'll be able to play very nicely in that. The second thing that I want to kind of focus on with our offline off-chain solution is the speed at which it works. So, a couple of slides ago, I kind of talked about transaction delays and I talked about inconsistent cost. So here's how the solution is going to work. Ethereum right now does close to 30 processes per second. MasterCard and Visa does 24,000 processes per second. Ethereum, once they finish their sharding, they're talking about getting up to 100,000 processes per second. But even when they reach 100,000 processes a second, depending on how busy that network is, the 100,000 they're processing could be from 5 minutes ago, or it could be from 5 hours ago. So there's still an issue with how long it takes a network to do that. Once we create an offline token, we can spend that token in a split second. It's a minute of a second. So our transaction will be immediate. It'll be super fast. The second thing is we're going to be able to do transactions per second that's going to be well above 1 million transactions per second. So if you're thinking about the e-commerce solution or point of sale solution, this is an amazing solution because it'll be way better cost effective than traditional payment systems like Visa and MasterCard. So both the customer and the store owner can pay less money, and it'll be much more efficient as far as speed goes and how fast the money comes over. The other part of our solution with the Pure Chain that we're going to do is think about this. Let's say you budget yourself $1,000 a month that you figure you're going to spend in your wallet just for shopping purposes and spending money. So you can take one transaction. You can take $1,000. Let's say you can take USDT, for example, and you're going to convert it into an offline token. So we can do one transaction on the blockchain. When we release our solution at the end of the year, that cost is going to be very, very effective. It's going to be cheaper than the even a normal transaction on Ethereum. So it'll be a very low cost, but you can create one offline token. Now, as you're making purchases and you're doing different things, you can pay $8 here for lunch. You can spend $200 there online. You can spend another $53.39 over here. And those are all breaking up that one initial offline token you created. Now it can be broken off into different quantized pieces, different amounts, and it could pay for whatever you're shopping online for. And there's no cost, there's no blockchain cost associated with that. Obviously, when we create our payment processing solution, we will have some processing fee. It'll be a very cost-effective processing fee compared to Visa, MasterCard, like I mentioned, also compared to online blockchain network charges. This will be a much more cost-effective solution. So that's those are the two major things: the security with our cold storage system, the new innovation using our offline token for additional second layer security, and then also using our offline token in the sense of money for e-commerce and commerce solution. All right, so let me give you a little quick overview on our go-to-market strategy. Um, so we're going to start promoting cold storage right out of the bat. The money that we're raising, a good portion of that money is going to be put into marketing. Another very big chunk of it's going to be put into the development of our technology and move it forward where we want it to go. But the cold storage, without having additional hardware, is a huge thing because it gives extra convenience to the users. The market for crypto wallets is going to keep growing. I think a lot of new users that come in, they look at something like a ledger that costs $130 compared to our product, which costs $60. You don't need to have additional hardware. And they're going to realize over time, and with the third party audits that we're doing and the reviews of our security system, people are going to come to realize that we really have not only a top-notch security system, but it's also less expensive, and it's also new and probably more secure than the traditional hardware wallets have been out there. Another way we plan on getting this out to market is through strategic partnerships. So you heard me talk about e-commerce solution and point of sale solution. The cold storage is going to be out this month, but the our e-commerce solution and point of sale solution, we might get an early version of that out by the beginning of next year, but we'll probably have a more complete system ready around summer of next year, mid part of next year. And we want to work with large payment processing companies in e-commerce and also payment processing companies in point of sales, and build out their ecosystem to support our tokenization system, our wallet. Once we do that, we could become available to through tens of millions of e-commerce stores and point of sale stores overnight. That doesn't mean everyone's going to start using us overnight, but we'll get a little bit of traction early. And as the market grows and people see what our offline capabilities able to do, I think we can really accelerate. This is the big differentiator between us and every other payment solution, because everyone else is doing it online on the network, and our solution overcomes all the issues that's brought out by that. The third go-to-market strategy, we have more strategies than these, but these are the three big ones, is to go after underserved markets. So if you think about, there's a lot of third world countries. Andrew and I have already started some conversations behind the scenes, trying to target certain countries we feel like will be a good fit, but in areas where they might not have a good, banking system for everyone, or they have bad connectivity, or for small towns, small villages, for someone that has maybe a small cart where they're selling some food that's very inexpensive, to have some kind of payment processing solution like a Visa, MasterCard is not the most effective way for them to do it cost wise, and also just being able to hook up some kind of connectivity in the middle of the street. So our wallet is going to be very well geared towards that. So we have some plans on going after underserved markets as well. All right. I don't think I need to talk about this, but this just talks about what people need to do to get our wallet. You know, they can get it on the Google Play Store. They can also get it on the Apple Store. So it'll be available both places there. Initially, it'll be available on the mobile app. Down the road, I don't have a solid time right now, but we will have a web version of it also where people can put it on their web browser. Okay, so let me go over a few of the major tractions and accomplishments we've gotten to so far. So, you know, this paper initially came out 2 years ago, just doing the proof of concept and proving that this offline token system can work. Now we've pretty much developed it. We made a lot of upgrades to it. And a later call, I will get into a deep dive into the security side of this and really explain to you why we're so bullish on the security side and how it's going to work. But um, but there's a lot of improvements that's been made to it. The second point right here, developing a zero knowledge, quantum resistant security algorithm for offline blockchain transactions on Purewallet. This enables secure, seamless payment using digital assets, even against quantum computing threats. Okay, this is a big one. So I came out about a month ago or so, and I announced that me and Dr. Kim will be in California in October. At that time, he's delivering a paper, and the paper has to do with the zero knowledge quantum resistance system that we came up with. And this really is the nail that's going to make our offline token extremely secure. So the advantages to the online network is obviously it's a decentralized, it's a public ledger, it's very safe because of the hashing systems that they implement, and also because of all the computers that are doing the mining. So it's a very safe system. But the downside to it is it can be slow. Sometimes the network can slow down quite a bit, and the cost is inconsistent, and sometimes the cost can spike up without really knowing when it's going to spike. So what we're able to do with this new system, and we've already built this into Purewallet. We haven't released the paper yet. That'll be released in October, and we'll do a workshop at my office location there in Orange, California. But what this is going to do is it's basically going to guarantee that that offline token, when we're passing it from one user to another user offline, we're going to guarantee that that token is not going to be counterfeit token. You're going to get the real deal. It's going to be the real money. And we'll go into more details at that time when we release a paper. But it's really going to secure our offline token system. We've started testing on our TPS and on the way this new system that's going to work and how many processes we can do per second. It's going to be over 1 million processes per second, which is going to blow everything else out of the water. So it's going to be a great solution for e-commerce and for point of sale, especially if they don't have internet connection. We've done, in January, we released a wallet just as a proof of concept. We did some beta testing since then. And since that time, we've done a lot of internal testing. We've done a lot of work on our user interface, on our user experience. We put a lot of work and effort into it. I know it's taken a little while for us to get to this point, but trust me, we've been working very hard at it, and we feel very confident on our wallet when we deliver it to you. It won't be perfect, but it's going to be very good, and it's only going to get better from there. Okay. I'm Augustine Gohill. I'm the CEO of MMAI, Purewallet, and I've got experience in e-commerce, so I do have a background there. I got experience in marketing. I own and run a couple other companies. I've been in business for myself for about 20 years or so. So I feel like I do have some good experience to bring this to market. Dr. Kim who runs the university laboratories here. They do a lot of work in Web3. The Purewallet's only one of the projects that we're working on. We have several other ones that we're working on as well. But because we have this broad view, we got a team of researchers, we've got a growing team of developers. We're able to do cutting edge technology research and then figure out a way to bring that to market. And this Purewallet is an example of that. Okay, so let me get more onto the money side of this. Here's a market opportunity. As noted, in 2022, it was valued at $8.42 billion. And by 2030, it's expected to grow to $48 billion. This is without us even developing this commerce solution. When they put this number together, they didn't even think about how crypto can change commerce. So this is just the way crypto wallets are being used. We feel like with our commerce solution, we can make a huge dent in commerce and we can make crypto explode on the commerce side as well. So we're super excited by that. But this is an industry that there's a lot of growth expected in this industry. So it's a great industry to get into as far as investment goes. All right, here's some of our revenue projections. Okay, the first year we're targeting a $7 million in revenue. We're targeting 250,000 users, and we're planning average spend per customer. It's more than um, $60. So I'm trying to be conservative in some of these numbers, but I think we can achieve this because of the marketing we're going to do around the cold storage, around the offline token, and we're going to spend a lot of money on marketing. So I feel confident we can hit this number. Once we get into year 2, year 3, and year 4, you can see how the numbers go up. The reason I'm making those predictions on those numbers is because we're going to get our partnership through our strategic partners. So we're going to partner with huge payment processing companies that already have millions of e-commerce stores and millions of point of sales commerce stores. And we're going to be able to get turned on at those places. And some of them will want to use our solution, and these partners will help us market it. So we're going to have a lot of marketing put behind it. Plus, we're going to target certain countries and certain areas of the world where we feel like, hey, our offline solution is going to be a great solution for them. We're going to want to talk to the governments there. We're going to want to talk to their banking sector there and their technology sector and integrate our wallet there. We're going to look for some on-ramping and off-ramping partners in some of these less served countries. We already have on-ramping in the US and Europe. In Europe, we also have off-ramping. We've got it in some of the big countries in Asia, like Japan and Korea, China, and so forth. But when we get into some of these other countries, we want to work with them there. So with our strategic partners, I think we can hit these users, and I think we can definitely get these numbers because we're introducing a new solution that doesn't really exist in the crypto wallet. So that's a reason why I'm super bullish on our solution. Okay, so this slide over here, it gives us valuations of wallets that have happened, and mostly in the last 2 years. One of these wallets, I think, was 3 years ago. I just took a kind of a big example. Obviously, MetaMask in 2022 was valued at $7 billion. They're a huge company. Trust Wallet last year, 1 billion. Exodus Wallet last year, 1 billion. Ledger just earlier this year, I think it was March or April, but their valuation was 1.4 billion. eToro, 3.5 billion this year also. Blue Wallet, small wallet that just came out, and they're targeting Bitcoin, but they're a brand new wallet that barely got released just this year. They got valuated for $100 million. SafePal also this year valuated 500 million. Zango 100 million, BitKeep, 300 million. So these are, it's just a wide range of valuations, but all of these wallets are focused on the crypto side of it. None of them have our innovation that we have. We can, over time, we're going to grow up our network and our features in there. So we're probably already maybe in par with crypto features with a couple of these wallets, but some of these wallets have been around for a while and they might be a little bit more feature rich with us as far as like maybe how many networks they support out of the gate. But over time, we're gonna match them on those crypto stuff. But where we really separate ourselves is in the safety and security with our cold storage and with our offline token. So I believe that we can match with the biggest guys on this list and the biggest guys in the market once we bring our solution to market and we get our strategic partnerships in place. All right, just a competitive overview. Obviously, some of our competitors have been there for quite a while. People know who they are, and they've got a great product. So it's not going to be an easy thing like, hey, we can just walk in there. But we have our offline technology, which, by the way, we have our patent pending, global patent pending. We also have our Korean patent pending, and then we're applying for patents in all different parts in different countries like the EU, like China, like Japan, all these countries that we want to target early on. So I think our new innovation, along with the extra security, we're going to be able to hold our own. And I think a lot of new users that come into crypto will really gravitate to our wallet because of the cold storage system. Then I also believe the non-crypto users right now, through our strategic partnerships, they'll be able to bring people in, and the first option they're going to be given to use is going to be the Purewallet because of our commerce solution. So I think even with the competition out there, there's so much growth in the area, and with the unique things we have, we'll be able to do very well for ourselves. Okay, so our unique advantages, hardware less cold storage, so we don't need additional hardware. Lightning fast transaction per second. So this is going to be very important for our e-commerce and point of sale solution. And then we're fortified by the blockchain, that new paper that Dr. Kim's going to be delivering in October is going to be talking about how we're using the online blockchain to fortify our offline off-network token, which is going to give everyone the same security, so they're not giving anything up to use the system. So it's just amazing advantages we're going to have on the market. And by the way, our game plan is, as we come out with the e-commerce solution, we're also going to open up APIs for other wallets so they can integrate our offline technology into their wallet. So now you can exchange offline tokens with someone else that has our API integrated, or if you're going to a point of sale system, or if you're using e-commerce, you can you'll be able to use that wallet to use our offline token as well. And the Purewallet is going to make revenue off the payment processing. So we will share that revenue with any of the other wallets out there that want to partner with us and using our API. So that's another way we can get a higher penetration into the market. Okay, so here's the investment opportunity. This is our initial investment. This is our seed investment. Up until this point, we're basically at the door getting ready to deliver this wallet, and up until this point, we haven't raised money specifically for the Purewallet. This is our first investment round where I'm doing a personal valuation of our company at 35 million. We've got a C corp set up in the U.S. in Delaware, and we're valuing it at $35 million, and we're selling 20% ownership. We're going to do crowdfunding. We'll also talk to some larger investors. Like I told the community, I was going to bring it out to our community first. Hence, we're here. But over the next couple of days, we're going to release it out for everyone to invest. But basically, whatever portion of that 7 million you invest. If one person invests 7 million, then they're going to get 20% ownership in the company. If you invest 1% of that 7 million, then you're going to get 1% of the 20%. So that's how it's going to break down. It is going to be through the issuance of common stock. Okay, why invest? I think I went over our main things, but it's really our cold storage system and it's our offline capabilities. Those two innovation are really going to separate us. And then also we're putting a lot of focus into the usability of this wallet and customer experience and UI. So we want to have a really good experience. We want to give a lot of customer support, not just in the wallet itself, but as we release our payment solution, we want to give a lot of support there. And that's why we're looking for the investment money. The biggest chunk is going to go into product development. The second largest chunk is going to go into the marketing of the wallet. And then after that, we're going to be going into different markets. So we're going to need some legal costs, and there could be a couple other miscellaneous, but probably 80% of the money will be spent in those two big areas. And then the next one will probably be our legal costs to get it into different countries. Okay, if you want to invest, this is how you invest. If you look on the right-hand side here, for the time being, email us at contact@mmaipure.com. If you go to our website, mmaipure.com, at the bottom, you'll see that email address. But just send us an email, put in the subject line investment, and then send us your name and the amount that you're thinking about investing. When you do that, I will share this investment deck with you. I will also share our agreement. So the stock purchase agreement, it's about a 4-page agreement. It's pretty boilerplate. It's fairly simple, but it just lays out exactly what it's going to cost and what all the guidelines are in there. Once you review that and you execute it, then the next step will be we will send you the information on how to get the payment over to us. There'll be instructions. You can either wire payment or ACH payment. And then as soon as you do that third step, then the fourth step after we receive that, then we will issue your stock, and then you'll get your stock ownership in the wallet. So that's my presentation. I'm going to stop sharing here. Austin, Dr. Crypto, I know people might be asking questions, so we've got a few minutes left if we want to spend, if there's any questions that I need to address.
Yeah, we got a few questions here. I don't know, Dr. Crypto, if you saw any that you would like specifically, you could put them in the chat down below, but I'll pull up the first one that I know that when going through here, we'll go back to it here. The first one here is by Big Watch. It says, at Austin, what will happen if they don't reach their fundraising goals? Will there be a second round of fundraising?
So, this round we're going for 7 million. I'm very confident we can reach it, but if we fall short, we'll have to make some adjustments on the fly. As far as the second round of funding goes, it's definitely possible. Right now, there's no concrete plans on doing it, but it just depends on what growth we're trying to go after. So when we go after funding, we're basically going after funding for acceleration, right? So there's two types of accelerations we're trying to get. The first one is just penetration into the market. So it's marketing, it's getting more users on the wallet. The second one is developing our technology. We are also going to go after funding outside of the Purewallet for the e-commerce solution. So because part of our e-commerce solution is in our blockchain itself. So there's going to be another round of funding that's going to be outside of the Purewallet, but the Purewallet and our blockchain is going to work together, and they're both going to have some portion of that payment processing fee. So yes, there could be a second opportunity on Purewallet, but nothing's written in stone yet.
Okay. And a follow-up question to that is, what makes you so confident we'll be able to get our raised amount. I know that we've talked about this, but for them, and put it into context on what makes
Yeah.
you confident
Well,
for this.
That valuation that I showed you, wallets right now, even in the down market, they're still being valuated for a lot of money because there's a lot of opportunity in wallets. Okay, so just the crypto wallet industry as a whole, without any of the innovation we've put on, you can see where they're valued at. And I put a few new wallets in there that just came out within the last year or so and just barely got valuated. We're pre-revenue. So we're gonna have revenue coming into this next month, but we're pre-revenue. So I put a very low figure on there at 35 million. I expect us to be in the hundreds as soon as I get some of these strategic partnerships in place, which could happen by the end of this year and the early part of next year. When we make those announcements and we release our technology at the end of this year, we could easily be valuated over $1 billion. I know some people might think it's ridiculous. To me, it's not ridiculous at all. Our technology, our innovation is that good. We're going after a completely different industry than just the typical crypto. We're going to have that portion of it, and we're going to go after that portion, but we're also going after commerce where the other guys are going after it. They don't have a solution for commerce. We do. I have a background in e-commerce. I know where the shortcomings are. No one's been talking about this. But I think people in the know in the e-commerce side, they know what the downfall is. And that's why I'm confident, Austin. And $7 million for this type of market with this kind of money that's involved in this market, it's not going to be hard to raise that money. I just need to get in front of the right people.
And also the contact email that you have out there, it's an active email. Is that correct? The one that
Yes,
you presented
that's correct.
last year. Okay. Just want to make sure that was the
That's
one that
correct.
popped up here. Another question came through Tim Shea here. This is something that we've developed through this process. It says in MetaMask, you can add numerous accounts to your wallet. With the Pure Wallet, would you need to set up separate cold storage for each account?
Yes, you would. So there's a couple ways you can use our Pure Wallet. You can open up a Pure Wallet, right? And then you can open up a second Pure Wallet and a third Pure Wallet and a fourth Pure Wallet, which people will do. Okay. But every time you open up a different Pure Wallet, it's its own entity on the blockchain. It has its own private key, and it's unique and different from any other wallet out there. So when you purchase it like that, you're getting your own private key, and the cold storage and the offline token is associated with that private key, and it can only work with that private key. The second way we built into the Pure Wallet, some other wallets have this, but we put a hierarchical system into our wallet. So what that means is you can have a daddy wallet. So you open up your first wallet, it's your daddy wallet, and then you decide you want to add a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, however many wallets you want to add underneath there. What that'll do for you is it's still the same in the sense of they're all separate wallets and they all have their own private keys. So they're unique, separate wallets. And if someone gets one private key or they hack one of those wallets, they're only going to get one. They're not going to get all seven. But you'll only have one recovery phrase for all seven of those wallets. So we put that in there, but that was more geared towards people that don't want to manage seven recovery phrases, just want to manage one, and has set up a hierarchical system. But either way, the way the blockchain works, they're all individual wallets. Therefore, they all have their private key. Therefore, the cold storage and offline token is associated with that private key, and that's a blockchain functionality, and that's the way it works.
Okay. Next one is by Benji. It says, will you be licensing the tech to other wallet companies, or will the tech remain proprietary to us?
Yeah, so our goal is we want to share APIs. So the technology will be proprietary as far as some of the secret sauce that we're using. We've developed this, and trust me, there is a secret sauce to this, right? So some of you guys that live in the South that love eating great barbecue, some of the great barbecue joints really separate themselves from some of the other places. So we feel like we've really separated ourselves, but we will give APIs, we will give licensing agreements, and we would like to become the standard. When you do crypto stuff, Ethereum is a type of standard in crypto. So is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's more of a standard in investment. Ethereum's a standard when you're trying to do transactions on the blockchain. We want to become the standard in commerce. So we would like to give all the big wallets, when we make these strategic partnerships and we're available in hundreds of millions of stores around the world, and there's a lot of money to be made, and we're willing to share our profits with these other wallets, and we've already developed the technology. We think we can partnership and give licensing agreement and APIs, and we'll give them all the support so they can integrate us into their platform.
Okay, perfect. And a good question came here because this is something that's been out there in the community for a while. Is, why would we need to invest in the company rather than the MMAI token? And maybe you can sort of differentiate the two.
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. So I'm happy that someone brought it up. Okay, so the MMAI token is an investment in the token. It's a Web3 investment. It's not a security. You're investing in the token. Where the Pure Wallet pays off for, you don't have to invest in the Pure Wallet. But if you're already invested in the token or you're thinking about investing in the token, the Pure Wallet will pay off for you. And I'll tell you why. When we raise this money, a lot of that money is going to go for product development and for marketing. That's where the huge chunk is going to go for. So what both of those things are going to do is it's going to get us millions of users. Okay, I want to go after millions and millions of users. If we go into some third world countries, we might get 1 or 2 million users within the first year just in that country. We've got some big countries in mind that we feel like can really use our technology, and we feel like we can get some traction there with the right people to get that in place. So when people turn on our cold storage, they're going to have to spend $5 for the MMAI token, and they're going to have to hold it in their wallet. So those of you that are involved, and you heard me say it's going to come to MMAI, it's not going to come to us anymore. It's going to stay in the user's wallet, and it's going to be there. So when we get our 1 million, when we get our 1 millionth cold wallet storage activated, we're going to go from 1,000 holders where we're at today to 1,000,001,000 holders, right? And then as we release our e-commerce solution, they're also going to need to hold the token. And then we're doing stuff in metaverse, and we're doing stuff in a lot of other areas, and we will put our tokens in there. So the people that invested in that, that's how you're going to get from there. This is a C corp. That's a U.S. company. It's not a token, and you're actually getting part ownership into this. So why would you need to invest in this? I don't know if you need to invest in it, but people that are investors, they feel the need if they're going to get a return on investment. We're evaluating our wallet at a very humble amount of 35 million. We've already spent the money to get it into the market. It hasn't come out yet, but we're weeks away from releasing this. So it's going to be out very soon. So this is not something that you're investing in that's going to be out a year from now. It's not a concept that we still have to build out the technology. We've built out the core technology. The proof of concept is there. Now the new technology we're working on is to put it into action and make it work. But the core functionality that we need to do this, 90% of it's already built, right? So it's just a great opportunity. So I think some people might want to do both. Some people, even if you don't want to invest in the wallet, I think as an MMAI investor, you want to see what we're doing with this wallet and how it's going to help with the token.
All right, and these next two questions, they sort of intertwine a little bit here, so I'm going to read both of them, and then we can respond to it. So the first one came by Ganga here. He said, is there only a minimum or maximum amount to invest? How to invest outside the USA? And that sort of follows up with what Cool and Chris says here. He says, $7 million for 20% of his corporation level cash. Where will this funding round be presented initially? And so maybe we can get into the maximum amounts, sort of how we're going to initially get into this, and where we can actually invest, and if you can invest outside, the United States.
Yeah, so I've started looking into investing outside of the United States. It depends on where you're at. It depends on certain situations. So I'm gonna put together a document in the next week or so, and I'll share it with people. So I'll try to get some of the ball rolling on this. But depending on what country you're at, you're probably going to need to talk to someone and get some advice there and make sure, because I don't know all the legalities of it, but I'll try to do some basic research and present some information and talk to the people that we're working with and get some information from there. As far as the platforms we're working with, I've signed up with one platform, startups.com. They've helped raise dollars for other startups and technology and so forth. We're going to be put on a site over there, but really that's only for that's only for getting to the investment deck and reading our investment deck. It's not really how you would actually like give us the money and so forth. That always happens through direct communication channels. And um, the easiest way to do it is, you can either reach out to us by email, and then next week I'll let you guys know. We'll post it on our Telegram and our Discord. If they also want to look at our investment on the other website, I haven't put it up yet because I said I'd come to the community first. But as soon as I get it up, I'll share those links as well.
So this is so I guess to clear it up here, this isn't going to be like a Pulo where you can go into a link, connect your stuff, and then put in a certain amount of money in there and invest.
Yeah, it's not going to be a Web3 investment. So if you have crypto, you want to pay for it, you're going to have to get it into a fiat, and it's going to have to go to the old school way of ACH and wire. Um, but once you do that and you sign the agreement, then we'll issue the stock and you'll get delivery of your stock.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Another thing too is inside the wallet. What swaps are we going to actually be using inside of our wallets? Someone asked a question earlier. What swaps are we looking at using?
Okay, so right now we have Uniswap that's integrated into our wallet, and fairly quickly we'll also introduce Sushi Swap and Pancake Swap. And currently in Uniswap, you can swap ETH to ERC20s or USDT, USDC, MMAI, wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped XRP, and SHIB. Pretty soon, we're also going to add the BNB network. So we will add more networks. We also have XRP and Bitcoin that's also going to be put in. But as we get this investment money, we're going to grow our team out, and we'll accelerate supporting more networks and supporting a lot more tokens and so forth. So obviously the ERC20s, we can start supporting at a much higher level fairly quickly because we already got several ERC20s in there. We got BNB in there, so we'll be able to focus in on some BNB ones. And then as we add other networks, we can also support, whatever they have on their network through their smart contracts if they use them. Even Bitcoin uses smart contracts now, so you can do tokens on them as well.
Yeah. Okay, next question is, will the investors be vetted before any payments are finalized?
Um, it's there'll be some minor vetting, but no, we don't really have like, I think if someone's a large investor, then yes, there'll be some vetting, but I didn't answer this question earlier. So the minimum amount to come in with is 500. Okay. That was a request by, Dr. Crypto, by Austin to try to make it affordable for people. So, there's a possibility we raise it all through crowdfunding where we're going to have thousands of investors for a small amount.
Okay. And a good question here is, what's the time frame? How long will it take to make our decision? What's the drop dead date?
Okay, so basically right now, anyone that emails me, um, it's pretty late here. I got to finish up a little extra paperwork, but by my morning, so your evening tonight, I'll be able to get the packages out to you. Once you get the package, if everything looks good and you sign it and you give us the money, then we'll start issuing the stocks to you and you'll get there. And basically the drop dead date is as soon as we hit the $7 million mark.
And so basically, when you send out this packet, they'll email you. you'll send out the packet. There's obviously a link in there for you to send the money, or what's the best way to send the money
Yeah,
for
so
this?
basically what the packet's going to have, it's going to have the deck that I shared today so they can look at it. It's going to have the agreement. Okay, so it's a 4-page agreement. It's not that difficult to read. Um, they can read through that and make sure everything looks good in the agreement. Okay, and then once they say, okay, I'm ready to move forward, this is how much I'm thinking about giving. Um, I'll get a signable agreement over to them. And as soon as they sign it and execute it, then I'll get them an instruction sheet that'll say, okay, here's your options on sending payments. Here's the wiring. Here's the ACH. Here's where you send it. And then they'll go ahead and send that money over. And then as soon as we receive that money and we have their information, then we will issue their stock and send it out to them. So it's basically just 3-4 steps. It's pretty simple, but unfortunately, there's no like one button like we did with Puleo where you can do everything just right there. Um, I think the next time I go to do something like this, I might build my own system where we can do that, automate it. But on this one, I didn't have enough time to put that together.
All right. And Ganga, just to answer your question, Augie's going to put together something that it's going to be able to see which countries we can go. It might just be the U.S., but there could be some other countries involved in this. That's like Augie just said, and you'll be getting back to us on that, Augie.
Yeah, you can definitely invest outside of the US, but there are certain things to consider when you're outside the US, and it depends from country to country. So I'll get some information put together, share it with the people who are interested, and then I'll try to help out as much as I can. But it might be somewhere in certain countries you might need to talk to a local attorney or something, someone that specializes in that.
So
Yeah, and
based
I
on
think
that,
Ganga's he's in India, so I think that's where he's out of. So, but yeah, we'll get
Okay.
something back to you.
Yeah, I'll look into. I'm already talking to people in India, so I'll look into the India stuff.
so based on that, Augie, you want everyone to email you if they're interested, and then you'll get back to them if their country
Yes.
doesn't work, right? Okay.
Yep. Yep. I still have a couple of things to put together tonight, so if I don't reply back to you in the first few hours, please forgive me, but by your evening, I'll get it out to you. But Stanley's in the US, I'm out here in Korea. So between Stanley and I, we'll be manning that basically 24 hours a day. If we don't get back right away, we will get back to you. We might be tied up in a meeting from here to there, but it really shouldn't take too long for us to get back to you. Please check, because we're going through email, please check your spam folder. If you use Gmail, check your promotion folder. Sometimes it gets stuck in some of this stuff. And if you don't hear back from us, hit us up on Telegram, on Discord. The team will message me. But we'll do our best to get back to everyone ASAP.
Perfect. And so the next one here is so this we've already answered this, but I'll answer it again. It's $500 for the least that you can invest in this. That's the lowest where it will go. Again, I just talked about that previously, but we'll address that again. Next one here is, did you talk about the benefits? I do understand about the percentage, but I'm specifically asking about revenues from the wallet. Maybe we can go down the list of revenues that will be included outside of just, purchasing the cold storage. There's a lot of other ways that this wallet can actually make money from a company standpoint.
Okay, so I'm reading that question a little bit different than you're reading it, Austin. So let me answer the way
Okay.
you read it, and then I'll answer it the way I read it. Okay.
All right.
So as far as revenue stream goes, cold storage is going to be a revenue stream. Swapping, different coins and tokens is going to be another revenue stream. There's multiple other revenue streams that we can put into our wallet, but for us, it's definitely going to be the commerce is going to be the big one for us, point of sale and e-commerce. So there's several different revenue streams. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for revenue. The way I read that email was, I think he was asking as an investor, what's their benefit on their personal revenue. So people, this is common stock. So basically the way common stock works is you're buying a piece of the company, but you're not getting revenue share, you're not getting dividend. So there's no revenue share with this. There's no dividends. What you're basically buying for is you're buying for our valuation to go up. So we're valuating ourselves right now at $35 million. We're selling 20% for $7 million. That's why I shared that slide where I showed where these companies are worth from, billions of dollars into hundreds of millions of dollars for some newer, lesser known wallets. I think with the technology we have, by this time next year, my target is to be well over $1 billion in valuation. Whether we get there in a year or not, we'll see. I think we definitely can. I think it's very possible. I'm very motivated to do that. But these other wallets don't even have the commerce solution. They're just doing that just on the crypto side, and we've got extra stuff on the crypto side with our cold storage.
Okay. No, I don't know how I read it. I read it as like just revenues. Like, how is the company going to grow? How is the company going to make revenue to increase your holdings in the company? Right. I mean, that was sort of how I read it. But I think we addressed both there. And I just pinned the it's contact@MMAIpure.com. We can't, people outside the country can contact you at this, right? I mean, it's not going to get, because someone did say they emailed and it got kicked back. So I don't know if how that would work.
If it got kicked back, then just have them go on our Discord or Telegram. Give me maybe do a private chat. Give me the email address, and then they can add contact at MMAIpure.com as into their contact list. And that way, when I send them an email, it should get delivered there.
All right, perfect. Yeah, man, I think that this has been a great presentation. I appreciate everyone coming in here and asking questions. Those are very, very good questions. We'll have more of this coming out here. Like I said, we'll continue to discuss this on YouTube. We'll just continue to discuss this on the X platform. Continue to talk about, the wallet. I know we're getting closer. I finally got to download the file yesterday and was messing around with it a little bit. I like where we're at with it. iOS is right around the corner as well. And I think that, the big thing here is, like I said, the reason why we've sort of delayed this slightly is due to the security side of it. And I think that's the right move. I mean, we've been discussing this for a couple of weeks now about that being the right move. I mean, when I was down in California 2 weeks ago, we talked about this, and I know some people may not be happy about that, but I'm super happy that we made that decision to put extra extra things in there and go the extra mile. So I want to make sure when this comes out, and I know you do too, Augie and Dr. Crypto, that we have one shot to get this out there to the public and it be good, especially if we're going out here asking for investments like this.
Yeah, I agree with you, Austin. I think security is paramount with us. That's the number one thing. We're going to make sure we're always very, very careful and safe in that area, because this is people's money, hard-earned money. And we want to make sure that 100% the best technology, the best tested, audited by third-party companies, all those steps, we want to go through it. And we're going to do those audits. You can have a commitment from me as a CEO of MMAI, Purewallet, that we're going to do regular audits on this. And, we'll give updates and let people know that, hey, we're staying on top of the game and we're staying at the cutting edge.
Yeah. And then the last little question here before we go, just for Cool and Chris here. Yeah, the NS Labs will be a part of the wallet's development. I think it will always probably be a part of the wallet's development. I mean, yeah, they are a separate company, but they are a part of the development.
Yep, absolutely. They're partnered with us, and that's who's developing the wallet. I'm in there working with them every day. We're working together with Dr. Kim and his team, but yeah, it's a complete partnership there. So yes, they are the ones they're the ones that made the wallet, made it possible, and they're the ones that are going to keep developing the wallet and help us grow this out. So different countries, different companies, but there's a partnership agreement in place, and there's everything else in place to ensure that both of us keep working together for a very happy long time.
Perfect. Well, with all that, I don't know if you have any closing statements there, Augie. If you want to leave the audience with anything, wrap up on what we discussed or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I apologize if I didn't give enough time to address the MMA side of it. I will come out next week. We'll probably go on Dr. Crypto's X platform, and I'll address some of the stuff there. I'll give more stuff. I want to focus this just more on the investment side. And people, I want to let you know that, hey, this is obviously, you got to do your due diligence. It's an investment, it's a risk. I got to put that disclaimer out there. But at the bottom of my heart, I believe in this. I believe in this technology. I think at a $35 million, what we're saying it's at, and the technology that we have and the game plan that we have and what's available, this is an incredible opportunity. If someone's interested in looking for a good investment, I think this is, to me, it's a better investment than I've ever come across in my personal life.
That's a strong statement. I mean,
Well, a lot of us don't ever get a chance to get into a seed round.
Yep.
Most of us
very,
get a
very,
chance
very rare. Not like this.
when it's public.
Not like this.
Yeah, when it's public, right? That's where we get it. But obviously, seed rounds and early rounds are riskier. Obviously, they are. There's no doubt about that. But there's a couple advantages to this. This product is built. It's got, we've already applied for the patent on it. We've got a game plan. I've outlined how we're going to take this to market. So there's a lot of things here that are already, a lot of boxes that are already checked. It's just execution time now.
100%. Dr. Crypto, anything you want to leave the audience with before we jump off this?
No, just want to tell you guys, please share this stream with anyone that may be interested in getting into this. And that's it. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And I'm going to leave my thoughts here as well. And I think this is a pretty good opportunity. I mean, it's very rare that you get to jump into a seed, run. I mean, like, listen to all these people. Everyone listens to podcasts out there, and they listen to the rich out there, Mark Cubans of the world, and you can go down the list of people, the Kevin Harts and the Vaynerchuks, and all these people that were able to jump in because of the people of who they knew to jump into these tech companies, these startups, and things like that. They had these opportunities. None of us did. None of us really, unless we were big wigs in Hollywood or things like that, you get those opportunities. But we don't get it over, passing across our desk very often. And this is the first time for myself too that something like this has come our way. And again, I'm speaking from personal experience too, being out there at NS Labs, being there in South Korea, working with Augie and Andrew and the team. Like, I know what we have behind us. Like, I think that we have a pretty good shot at doing something pretty damn cool in this space. For me personally, I mean, again, this is my own thoughts, is like, I think this is a great opportunity and something that I'm excited for. We've been working hard for almost a year now from launch, and we're right on the cusp. One thing I want to address too is, a lot of people hit me up on DMs, and we've been talking about, potential, a little bit of a sell-off on our token. And it's crazy because a lot of people have held through this year, and we're right on the cusp of dropping utility, and you're selling at the, and again, I don't care if people sell. It's just crazy because we're right here on the cusp of launching a utility that's going to bring back value to the token. And unfortunately, we have people selling, and that's okay, because this is going to come back strong and based off our utility. And we've said from day one, we will grow from our utility. We will not grow from a pump and dump. We will not grow from pumping our own charts. We will grow from utility. And I still stand by that today. And I believe that that's exactly what we're going to do. So that's what I'm going to leave everyone with. I appreciate everyone coming on here today. Thank you so much for all the love and support and continued growth through this. Augie, I know it's late over there in South Korea. Love you, man. Appreciate you being on here. Dr. Crypto, love you too, dude. And with all that, we're out of here.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.